All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the man who taught me this truth. I would like to say shalom to you, Akim, and you, Fuakwath, your men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It's your brother Michael Allah coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing to edify. So and title of this lesson is simply, never trust thine enemy. And the inspiration of this video basically comes off of where it took place last week with this I guess she's some type of influencer, social media influencer. Ashley Janae, and how she was found dead in Tanzania days after her 31st birthday and engagement, you see. So they were saying that this Eve here, she basically committed suicide, but the family's not buying it, and they sent the husband in, for questioning, but it's a really a that's what you get situation with Eve, because those of us that in the know, we know that this is all, orchestrated by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai anyways, but the Lord was proving a point with this judgment, and you have plenty of other Eves out there that's gotten sent back to the spirit world because they want to, be all snuggle buddies with Esau, Edom, go get them an Edomite, you know what I'm saying? You got Eves out there, that despise the Negro, Latino, and Native American man and would rather get with the heathen. Then when shit like this happen to you, you expect somebody to feel bad for you. But this is a decision that she made, and this is the consequences for doing that, for being joined hand in hand with your enemies, because the prophets, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have been warning you, Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the biblical Israelites. We've been warning you for the longest about this nation of people, the nation of Edom, you see, and how it's a perpetual hatred that this nation of people has for you Jakes out there, man. You think just because now you could get in these Edomite school systems, you can have a certain status in these different job corporations, you think that that's the so-called white man being friends with you, But despite whether you got a raise or he put you in a better position, really that's the Lord using, your enemy to exalt you, you see? Because this man's not doing it on his own, you see? Because this man hates you Israelites out there. And as we get closer and closer to Jacob's trouble intensifying and coming to his fullness, you Jakes out there are going to see that Esau is not your friend. You see? You're going to see when these civil wars start to arise in the streets, when everybody, is fighting one another, for the lack of bread, you're going to find out real quick that Esau don't give a damn about you Israelites out there, man. But you're going to find out the hard way through judgment, just like Ashley Janae had to find out the hard way. You Israelite women out there, you know, who you think be kidnapping you? It's the Edomites, you see? Mainly these top wicked elites, man. You know, now, of course, you got wicked Jakes that partake in that. But at the end of the day, who is the source of that? You know? Who's the source of kidnapping? You see? Look at the Epstein files. You know? Pizzagate. You know? Your different, you know, mayors and politicians. You see? So you Jakes better wake up, especially you Israelite women. You better wake your ass up, man, because it's dangerous out here. We are in the valley of the shadow of death. And you need to understand who your enemy is. This is Sirach Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You see? So never trust thine enemy. So it's 2026, and if you still out there talking about, well, all white people aren't bad, or all so-called white people aren't bad, you know, and this is for the real heathens, not talking about you Israelite foreigners out there that may look like heathens, but through the seed line of your father, you go back to the nation of Israel. This isn't talking about you. You see, this is talking about the real heathens, the real enemies of Israel, man. You see? Those are your enemies, Jake. Ham, Japheth, Ishmael, Elam, Esau. You know what I'm saying? These are our enemies. Moab, Ammon, so on and so forth, man. But mainly focusing on Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Our number one enemy. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. You see? So the scriptures is telling you how to deal with this devil, man. Though he may come speaking softly to you, he want to dap you up at work, you know, beware of him. Because this same devil that's smiling in your face at your job is the same devil that'll try to set snares and traps for you at your job to get you fired, to get you hemmed up in some shit. And this was the same Johnny that offered to buy you a latte, you know what I mean, coffee in the morning. The same nigga that offered to pay for your lunch is the same nigga that's trying to get you up out of the up out of there, man, and have you to lose your job. You see? Because that's your enemy, or a Karen, you know, just because you walk in the neighborhood, because you exercising, and she never seen you before, and now she just saying that, you know, you here to steal something, you know, so she calling the cops on your ass, you know. But that's your enemy, and we are to beware of these people, man. Esau Edom, even with the jab, the C-19 V scene, you know, even with that, how Joe Biden whispered to the whole world, and mainly was talking to you Jakes, telling you, just take it, you know, it's safe, you know, this is for the betterment of the of America. But later on down the line, or what about a couple years later, a couple months at that, when a large portion of the people took it, mainly you Jakes, now all of a sudden you got in shape sports players dropping dead, in the middle of a whole game. The young people start dying at a rapid rate, having heart problems. You see, people's immune system is low as shit. Well, that's what you get for trusting in your enemy, man. You see? It says, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. You see? It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? You see? So even with Ashley Janae, who's gonna pity a charmer that's bitten by a snake? See certain heathens, they playing the flute to a king cobra. You know what I'm saying? I guess trying to charm the snake. Then the nigga end up getting bit. You ain't supposed to, pity this man. Damn, man, that shit fucked up, man. That snake bit that nigga, man. Why that snake bit him, man? But nigga, you already knew you was playing with you really was playing with death. You knew you was playing with death, because you knew that the snake was a poisonous snake, So by you getting bit, who the hell is supposed to come to your rescue or feel sorry for you? Absolutely not. And the same thing applies with you Israelite women out there, especially you Northern Kingdom. You Northern Kingdom, you love you a money-getting Edomite, a businessman Edomite, a blue-collar Edomite. You Northern Kingdom love Esau, How you had it during Trump's campaign with the tribe of Manasseh, which is the so-called Cubans. Nigga made a whole fucking shucking and jiving song for Trump. We will vote for Donald Trump. And guess what? Now he fucking you over, man. Have you looking stupid. Putting your asses into prison. Deporting you back to your countries. And he's even made it to where you immigrants, you migrants out there, mainly talking about the Northern Kingdom, now your ass is automatically eligible for the draft, ages 18 through 26. Now your ass is eligible. But this is the man that you sung and ate enchiladas to, with salsa and chips and queso. And you danced your ass around, with your Modelos and Doritos, And look at what he doing to you, man. He's snaring you people. Just like how this Eve here got snared while trying to go on vacation to celebrate her wicked-ass birthday with an Edomite. You see? Now she came up missing, and now they saying it's a suicide. But who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? You see? Sirach Ecclesiastes 13 and verse 1, it says, he that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. You see? So guess what? Ashley Janae, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? You see? She touched the pitch, which is Esau Edom. She wanted to live her lavish lifestyle with the Edomite, you know, get certain benefits off of him. And she probably was a woman that looked down on the so-called black man, you know, so-called Latino man and the so-called Native American man. She probably had a strong hatred for Jake, you know, looking down on the Israelite man, and went to go get with the heathen. And now look at her. You see? Now she's been defiled, you know? And he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be likened unto him. Exactly, because this dude here, he's going to be destroyed. You see? If this dude here is an Edomite, he's going to be destroyed, man. Point blank, period. And guess what? She just received the same judgment as he's going to get, which is death. Proverbs 11:21, it says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. You see? So though hand join in hand, Esau, the so-called man, woman, and child, is not going to go unpunished. You see? And you Jakes that want to have certain relations and dealings with this nation of people, you know, on an intimate level, especially you man, talking about you Israelite women, you know, because the Israelite man, we can have a Edomite concubine. You see? We can have a Edomite concubine, but guess what? You know what I'm saying? Hey, use the word, but don't abuse the word. You see what I'm saying? The Israelite man can have any woman he want. But for you Israelite women, who the hell told you to go get with the heathen? You know? Did nobody tell you to do that? The Lord didn't tell you to do that. You see? So when you step outside of that, this is what happens to you. You see? But Lord willing, that was edifying. I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, the men who taught me this truth. Peace and blessings be to the hopeful elect, you men, women, and little ones that believe on the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.